All right. Guys, I was telling Sarah this morning, I sent her a text at like probably 5:30 her time, and I said, how has it been a month already since the last Tools of the Trade call? Time's flying, you guys. Time's flying. We just have to hang on and do our best. And we're going to today, talking about Canva. So just putting it out there, there are two RPC calls scheduled at the same time today. Oversight on my part. Super sorry about that. And so the consultations workshop is also going on right this second. But this one's being recorded, so you guys can watch it again, and those on the consultations call can catch up too. But without further ado, y'all, Sarah Van Hoos, have you guys been on one of these calls with Sarah before? Tell me in the chat box if this is your first or if this is your second, third. I think this is the third one for
or your
us.
last. I don't know. You can say that
Tell us
too.
if this is your last. Just put it out there right at the beginning and make her squirm a little bit. You guys, it's so much fun. Sarah's been coaching for several years now, and so she's here to share like the call's title, the tools of the trade. Today is Canva, specifically the good, the bad, the ugly, what works well for her, what doesn't work well for her. Keeping in mind, y'all, this is one coach's opinion. We respect her a lot, but you still have to figure out, okay, what works for you? How can Canva work for you? Or maybe not. We'll find out. But Sarah, take it away.
All right, taking it away. Yes, I'm just gonna like reiterate a little bit of what Jackie said. This is what works for me. When I started out in coaching 4 years ago, I didn't know what I didn't know, like I worked in the professional like healthcare world for 20 years and somebody else did all of the other things, right? So I didn't have to do any of these like marketing things or make things pretty ever. So it was a whole new adventure to do that. I'm going to follow up by saying you don't have to make things pretty in Canva or any other tool. Making tools or making graphics or making social media posts or making flyers is not an essential component of coaching. All right, it's just this ancillary part of marketing, right, and your business, right, that you might want to venture into. So
can I jump in there for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
So when I first started coaching, I spent a lot of time trying to make things really pretty. And for me, just to put it out there in case you guys can relate to this, for me, it was instead of going out there and talking to people because I was nervous or doubtful or whatever, I was going to spend time making things pretty. So word to the wise, put things in the proper order. Thank you, Sarah, for letting me jump in there with that.
No, absolutely. Yeah, you can get lost in a lot of these tools, like being busy, on the business instead of in the business. And if you're early on in your coaching career, you really want to be in, right, the business. You want to be doing the coaching. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen, but just before I do that, like show of hands, is everybody familiar with Canva? Like the word Canva? Yeah, just a show of hands if you are familiar. Okay, anybody utilizing Canva already? Yes. Okay. All right. Anybody Canva? Like tell me, I'd love to hear in the chat, like what are your what do you love and maybe what do you hate about Canva? Maybe we can maybe that's too strong, right? But you know what I mean. Like what are your favorites? What are your least favorites? And I'm just going to take the time to share my screen while we do that. But I have to move you guys over here. Okay. All right, let me just take a look at the chat. Alicia says, I used Canva to create my logo. It's user friendly, says Clovis. Love and loathe, I like that. And it's like love month. It's good. Scott says too new, right? No good, no feeling good or bad. Kevin says, love the templates. Mary says, I've been using it for Instagram, new to it. Templates are super helpful. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna just tell you a little bit about how I use Canva currently. I can show you a few things. We can create something, right, if you want, right? But essentially, Canva is a design tool for us people that are not designers, right? Is anybody a graphic designer like in the house? Like, is anybody just like, that's what you like did as a profession, either currently or before? Anybody? No, right? Like, no, we didn't. Like, we would be in a different field. That's not our area of expertise. So thankfully, there's things like Canva. I do have to share. My husband is actually a graphic designer. He went to school for graphic design. He now does graphic design and video production, and he probably hates that I use the Canva. But it is for people like us that don't have those backgrounds. Lots of helpful tools. I have the upgraded version of Canva. So there's a free version of Canva, and then there is maybe it's called the pro version of Canva. I feel like it's maybe like $8 a month or $8-ish a month. I found that when I upgraded, it allowed me to do a few more things that saved me time. So the brand kit is one of those things. I'll show that to you. And then there was more access to more pictures, more templates, that kinds of things. I found a pretty picture that I liked, and then it had like Canva, like all coded all over it, and I couldn't use it. So let's do that. Mark says I found the free version not very flexible. Right, you found like the thing that you wanted to use, and then it's like, hey, you got to upgrade, right? But I did find that the eight or $9 that I pay a month saved me enough time that I was willing to trade to do that in exchange. Okay, let me show you guys the brand kit first and what it does. You're able to put your logo or logos. With my logo, I guys, you have to see that, and he made me different colored options, so I have had a little bit of help. I have my little signature in there. I have my brand colors. So once I add in my brand colors, Canva always knows my brand colors, and it will suggest that I use them, or it'll find me something similar to them. They're always available. It's always easy to plop them in there and stay consistent with what things are looking like. I also have a font. Like I have a favorite font, a couple of favorite fonts that I use too. So Canva is able to keep those for me regularly. There has been a lot of advancement with AI in general, but also Canva is utilizing AI a lot more too. I have really just kind of scratched the surface about having it create a design for me and like plugging in the right things into AI to do that. So I maybe next time we do this, I'll be like a little bit more well versed in that, but I have not really scratched the surface of what AI is doing. I utilize a lot of those Canva templates when I'm creating something new. Once I kind of find like the style that I like, or the visual that I like, I will just save a template and recycle a template. So here's one that I utilize regularly in my social media. It is a quote template, right? Where there's a quote, there's the person that said it, and there's my logo. And it's replicated for I think 8 or 9 screens, right, or posts to create a carousel post in Instagram. I will reuse this thing, right? So I used it in January, it'll get reused in February. I just have to make a copy, super simple, right, in Canva to make a copy. You can also resize and magic size. So a little side tangent here. When it are you guys familiar with what a carousel post is in Instagram? Is anybody not familiar? Raise your hand and I'll just explain real quick. Okay, Scott. Okay, so on Instagram, right, you got your square that you're looking at. A carousel post is when you can like flip, 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 and it's this little flip book, right, of different posts all in one post. So that's called the carousel. But Facebook doesn't really do carousels. So instead of having my Instagram is connected to my Facebook, so whatever I post on Instagram, it just automatically flows over to Facebook. But these posts, these carousel posts, look like they look a hot mess, right? Because they're just like 10 different photos of just quotes. It looks a little funky. So what I try to remember to do is to resize that bad boy. So I think I can just say Facebook video, birthday Facebook video, new Facebook video here. So I say what I want to resize it to, and then continue. And then I say, I like to copy and resize. I probably have too many things copied in there. I could just resize this, but I don't want to lose my template because I'm gonna reuse it again later. So I'm gonna copy and resize. This is going to take those 10 slides, right? And change it into a little video. It defaults to having this 5-second scroll time. So I might just change it to 3.5 seconds. I don't know. How long does it take to read a quote? 3 seconds, apply to all pages, boom. So now I have a 24-second video. It took me 8 seconds to create. I could download this and then I would put this onto Facebook instead of having the carousel version. So the copy and the resize is one of my favorite features. You don't have to recreate the wheel. The tool will do it for you. Right? So much fun. Let's see. Erica has a nonprofit version. I love that. And they're teaching you how to use it. Clovis says, how all are you using the graphics? Social media, website, email, etc. Primarily social media. I'll show you just a few of my, what have I done recently? This is a social media little video thing. Carousel post, some quotes, a flyer. I use a flyer like every few months or so. If I'm doing an in-person event, I'll do that. What else? I'll use it in my emails. So I send out a weekly email. Maybe you've seen them. But I'll use a Canva image often for email. I will also use them. I feel like there's one for my blog recently. Maybe not. But I'll occasionally use them in my blog post, really for their stock images. They've got really great stock images. I'm not going to go pay for another stock image from some other site. I'm just going to use Canvas. There's lots of great versions for that. There's a few. My daughter uses it too. Like she'll come and steal my Canva, and she's made herself a daily routine that is aesthetic. She's 11. Yeah, these are the things that are important. Let's see. There's a social media post, Facebook post. I used it to create a calendar this year for my clients as a client gift. I used Canva. I used a Canva template to create a calendar, and it didn't take too much time. Yeah. I did not use Canva to create my logo. My husband gifted that to me. Like this here is just an image that's going to go in my blog this month. So super simple. Let's see. Hopefully I answered that question for you, Clovis. What do you guys want to take a peek at? Like, what do you want to learn how to do? What do you want to look at? What do you want to create something together? You drive me where you want to go. I could sit and we could create things. We could do some work. Scott's already giving me direction. Boom, go create an Instagram post. Okay, I'll do it. For a second. I plan my social media content in advance. So during the month of January, I'll sit down, for after I create, guys, it's just a long story. I'm gonna have to start at the beginning. Each month I create a blog post. And so in January, I will do the following month's blog post, usually the beginning of the month. And from that blog post, that one blog post, I will create social media content. So I will take a little snippet of the blog here and here and here and here, take like 6 or 7 snippets of the blog and create them into a social media post. So when I do that, I take some time to plan out what my social media content is going to be. So February is already like queued up and ready to go, but it doesn't have all of its images associated with it. So if you don't mind, we're just going to do something that I actually need to do later today, or later this week, so that this time is well spent for me and you and everybody else. Let's see what we're going to create. Let's see. Some of the posts that I have coming up are reels, and so they require my face on video, which we don't need. We don't need anything on today. I do need to create. You guys, there's nothing that I have to create right now, so I'll do it. Let's create something. What do you want to create? Where do the graphics give you the most results in terms of responses and leads? That's a loaded question, Clovis. Social media is a great place to, I've found that social media is a great place for you
Can you say
to,
that one more time? Your microphone got real quiet. Great place to what?
social media is a great place to nurture your audience, right? Or your leads or your family, right? Or whoever's out there watching your content. It is not necessarily a place that there are hundreds of people knocking on my social media door to come become clients with me. I repeat, a particular post. I have never found one person to be like, I saw your video or your social post on XYZ, and here I am at your door because of that one singular piece of content. Never found it to be true. I've seen people that have followed me for several months and then engaged and then reached out and have become clients. I've seen people refer their friends or family. They come over and they watch for a little bit before they engage and reach out to me. So social media is a great place to show what you're all about, right? You can share more of yourself, right? And your business and what you do and how you help people and results that you've gotten for your clients over a long period of time, right? You can get more touches with them versus just a singular like consultation call. You're still going to have a lot more connection with somebody on a call, right? In conversation. Social media is just a place where you can kind of start some conversation or pique some curiosities. Okay, I know that that's not what Clovis was actually talking about. Reels tend to get more visibility, right? The more people see a video reel than a static post, and the carousel, right, that somebody flips through gets more traction or visibility than a static post. That's like today, right? That the changes all the time, right? In terms of like what's getting watched, what's not getting watched, what's trending, what's not trending. Like keeping up with the algorithm would be a whole full.
Uh-oh. Hopefully we didn't lose our host and expert here.
And hang out. Like,
Sarah,
great. I'm just
hi.
going to
Hey,
engage
just so
them.
you know, you were frozen for about 10 seconds.
Lord. Did I say something brilliant during that time, perhaps? I don't know.
Probably. Probably. Can I ask you something though, Sarah? Because I remember being a new coach trying to do social media posts. I remember having Canva. I never had the upgraded version, but I remember having Canva. And I remember feeling very overwhelmed and thinking that, if I just figure out this social media piece, then my business will run. You already answered, it's not one single post, right? But even the thought for me of like the consistency over time felt like a lot of pressure. Would you say that social media is required? Is she frozen again, or is she thinking contemplatively? She's frozen. Did you hear that?
I didn't. I just switched to my hotspot, so hopefully I have better connection. But I missed your brilliance, Jackie.
Oh man, I had a whole monologue actually. Okay, so I'll make it shorter. When I was a brand new coach, things like this, though I tried, they felt very overwhelming and almost as if like the experts on the internet, said I had to do this in order to have a successful business. And I really hated every second of it, even though I put it ahead of actually talking to people, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would you tell somebody like me?
Oh, skip it. Yeah, if you like get all kinds of like sweatiness, right? When you think about like posting something on social media and it's just like, and you don't even post on social media yourself, like personally, like organically, it's not your avenue. That is what I would say. If you like social media, if you like creating things, if you like engaging with people on the internet in a positive way, then you should investigate utilizing social media as part of your business. But it should be this much, you guys. It should be this, take up this much of your time in comparison to the whole week, right? Work week or whatever time you're dedicating to coaching. It should be this much of your time.
Thank
So,
you.
Canva is really great for saving some time because of that, right? You can create a couple templates, you find a couple things that you like. Let's pretend that we've created a post, or we can recycle a post. I really like to do that. Let's look at this one right here. This is a carousel template. The blog that I have going live, actually I think it went up this morning, is around financial abuse. So there's this little cover image, and then there's a this or that, right? It's in my little brand colors. You can see that. There's these images here. Right, instead of do this, some, kind of goofy looking images here. Yep, there we go. And then it will have a link right to my blog. So quick, easy. I have only created this one time, right? So I would duplicate this. That just created another page. If I was going to do like a different one, let's pretend that we're going to do a different one. You know how the zoom bar sometimes like gets in the way of the button you actually need to do. Okay, let's all 7 pages. What do I want to do? All right, we're copying. Open it. It also resized it, you guys. I chose the one that had like a slightly larger size, so it did mess up my stuff here, but we'll pretend that that's what I wanted. So we would just replace these. Similarly, like if we just did a brand new design, and we can do that too, right? I would just go into the photos, maybe trying to think of what my March blog is about. It's about like the health of your business, business health. Let's get a jump on that one. Then you just find something that you like. I'm not gonna spend too much time thinking about it right here, right? I change up the title with check. Oh, anybody else like talk slow when you type? Of your small business. This should be this is that number 5 is not a number, it's actually an image. So I would go find a number 4 that I like. I don't like any of those 4s. Oh well, we'll pretend. This is a very flashy 4. Right, resize. I would probably, doctor this up a little bit, right? But you get the idea, right? Same thing if I wanted to switch this up, switch out the video. The tools on your left are there's for your picking videos. Canva also has like pretty decent library of videos that you can utilize as well to place into your content. Again, like different fonts, different all kinds of different styles. Well, let's create something from scratch, shall we? Let's see. Okay, there's nothing going on over there in the chat. Let's go back to the home and let's create, shall we just create an Instagram post? Shall we? Yes. Okay, we're doing it. What do we want it to say?
I think
You can,
Valentine's Day is coming up. So how would we advise our clients around Valentine's Day? What do we want them to know? Not just our clients, I guess, but this is social media. So whoever's following us.
Right. So whoever's following you, you guys, like, they're curious about what you're doing, right? They're curious about what you're up to. They're intrigued. They're willing to look at your stuff, right? In their free time, their bathroom time. I don't know, however they're utilizing their social media. So cater to them. Take a look at who's following you, right? And see what that looks like. If you're not attracting the right people, or the people that you want. If it's just your mother in there, you know, right? Or your sister and your brother-in-law, right? Then we need to do something a little bit different. But if you got people that you don't know, people that are leads from the past, like let's make sure that you're giving them something. So yeah, let's do something Valentine's-ish. Ooh, a budget-friendly date night. That's a great idea. Okay, let's see if we can find like a Valentine carousel. Let's see. I like this. We like this. We're going with this. Then have meaningful, yes, economic. Okay, so see how like I just hover over and it kind of gives me a little preview of what I'm about to get into. Yep, so you just kind of find one that you like, you know, well enough. Again, like we don't want to get lost in here and spend all the time in the world. Okay, well, this is nice. Let's just do this one. Let's apply all 9 pages. Valentine's Day gift ideas for her. Sure. For him. No, I don't know. I can't decide. We'll leave it for her. Although mostly females following me. We'll just change it up to the hymns, you guys. For him. Now normally I would change something like this into my brand colors, but I'm not because Valentine's Day and Valentine's has its own brand colors, right? So we're gonna go with that. I am never too caught up in my I don't even know what they call it, you know, like your Instagram page like matching or like being all in a row or whatever. Like again, not my jam. All right. Gift ideas for him that are economical. We should probably say that. Valentine's Day gift ideas on a budget, right? Let's say that. On a budget. So I just grabbed a what are these things called? Font set that they already did. I don't need their hello part, so I'll just take that out. And this is maybe way too big. So let's just like power that down on a budget. Let's see. There we go. That might be a little too pinky, but again, I'm not going to get lost here. Oh, let me show you something fun. Okay, so see how Canva is like, hey, on this document, they already have these other pinks. Do you want to change it to those pinks? Well, as a matter of fact, I do. So I'm going to change it. I also have the opportunity, see this button here, change all. So every time that that other color was in there, I can change it to this other color, change all. Okay, great, done. On a budget for him. I don't know, gentlemen, what do you want for Valentine's Day? Anything? I have not ever imported any fonts, Erica. I have just used what they have. All right, you guys, my husband wants sporks. This is economical.
Clovis says Super Bowl tickets. So if we can get a budget friendly version of that, how
Okay. Yes, I don't know what the budget friendly version of that. We'll throw it in there though. They're not very great sporks over here. Let's see. The other day my husband was like, hopefully he doesn't overhear me as I ordered some sporks. He's like, you know what? You know what's just not around very often? Sporks. They're just really underrated. He's like, we should get some. Like, it's the best use of your, you know, fork and spoon. Okay. Yeah, right. Sporks. I spent $10 and I got a 6-pack. $10 sporks. Yes. Time savings. Okay, we got sporks. Next up, I don't know if we should go straight to the Super Bowl. Camping gear. Okay. Let's just look up camping gear. Yes, cheap camping gear, inexpensive. We just add one item, right, to the camping gear. We're like this. Again, you just gotta figure out like what flavor you like best. We get lost in here, right? There's a tent. Let's do that. Camping. Let's just get them a I don't know what kind of camping gear you want, Scott. Boot socks. Oh, is that not part of the camping gear? Let's get a lantern. We get a lantern. Oh, not that kind of lantern. Camping lantern. Right. You can get lost in here. You got to be specific. Uh, right. Camping gear. Uh, maybe I go so far to be like lantern from REI, $49. Maybe I tell them specifically which one I'm talking about. We still want some boot socks over here. Boot socks. How much are boot socks, Lynn? Boot socks. I was getting a spice blend sample kit for baking bread. I love that. Boot socks, $20. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good boot sock or not a good boot sock, you guys, but we're going with it. Grill tools. You guys have gotten, you're really understanding what you want now. Grill tools. Yes, please.
You guys, this conversation is just making me realize I don't do anything for my husband for Valentine's Day. I gotta step it up. Oh
Either
my
step it
gosh.
up. We got
Boot
ideas for
socks
you
coming
over
his
here.
way. That's right.
Yeah. The
Maybe
things that
sporks too.
maybe sports. I know this could be this untapped, thing that men want that we didn't know.
We'll have to create a
Spice
Zoom poll
blend.
and for all the men here.
Yes. What do you actually want?
Tell
Sample
me about
spice
sporks.
blend. Spice blend. Spice blend sample kit. Oh
Fun.
shoot. Okay, you guys see how I did that? So oh, that's not where I want the image, right? When if you click in your like image that you want to replace first and it turns purple, the next thing that you do is gonna drive over there. Right? So yep, there we go. I didn't do it. There we go. Sometimes you're gonna want to take an image and make it the whole background. Boom, did it. It doesn't always do the things that you want it to do. That happens too. So sometimes you pack it here, like I wanted that to be the background. If you use your three dots, get to know your three dots and what it can do for you. Replace background, right? But we didn't really want to do that. We want to take it out. We want a spice blend. How much we're spending on that spice blend? I don't know. Maybe it's $40. Oh, bed sheets. I don't know that your husband wants bed sheets. Maybe, maybe not. You guys, can I be spicy? Right, just unmade bed. It costs $0. Very popular on Valentine's Day. Okay, what else we got? Ceramic vase. Nobody wants a ceramic vase. Let's see. You guys get the idea, right? We would add some things. We would, it already has our little 8-page counter down here. Let's say we only want to do 7 things or 6 things. Oh, we forgot about our Super Bowl tickets. The Super Bowl is before Valentine's Day, though, right?
It's like an
Yes.
early gift to show that you weren't
Yes.
slacking,
Right. Okay. Yep. All right. Super Bowl. We'll just do this guy. Oh, that's just his bicep. Okay, so here's a great example. We can't just use this guy's bicep, right? We need to edit a little bit. So we're gonna edit photo. Oops. Yep, edit photo. Crop it. And we're gonna we'll do bicep plus football, right? Super Bowl tickets. No idea what those are running.
I heard
Yeah.
like 10 grand. So
Yeah.
that's budget friendly for somebody.
Or you can get it, you could go to a big screen location. Maybe that would be fun, like someplace that's not your regular spot. Yep, 10 pages for carousel post. Alicia says, does Canva also offer tutorials on their website? I am pretty sure that they do. I think you can sign up for them. They have them on a regular basis. I think
But
that I
also,
took a
like
couple.
YouTube would be your best friend there.
Totally.
People are making tutorials. I would be willing to bet.
Oh yeah. I like to learn by doing, just like poke around and figure it out. But yeah, if there's something specific that you want to do, like get in there and then seek it out. Let's see. All right, we created a post. Is it still there? It is alive and well. We could create a video. Now we could use the magic resizing and we could create a little video instead, right? For this. What else could we do with it? I like to repurpose, right? Whenever we can. So again, this if I was putting a social media post out there, we would repurpose it into a video for Facebook that would go on there. Sometimes I put things on LinkedIn, but I would utilize the same video that I did for Facebook. So LinkedIn doesn't use carousel posts either. So repurpose. Let's see. What else can we poke into, you guys? What do you want to look at doing?
So can you schedule your social media posts directly from Canva?
You can. Let's see if we can do it.
Or is that something that most like, would you do that from Canva or like directly from Instagram or Facebook or something like that?
You people have different preferences about what they want to do for scheduling. But let's see. I don't schedule from Canva, but I feel like you can. Move to folder,
Oh, right there,
public view.
schedule right in the social section.
Oh,
Very
yeah,
first one. I'm
right.
pointing as
So,
if you can see where I'm pointing, Sarah. Oh man.
oh, so here, like, there's my Instagram business. Link Instagram. I think I have a content creator Instagram, so Facebook page. I'm not connected, you guys. Same idea though, right? You get the idea. I would connect my channel, and then I would write, you know, if this was our Valentine's Day one, right? Here are 8 ideas for you to right for your spouse or for your partner for Valentine's Day, right? And save those drafts. It's a great idea to consider scheduling through Canva. The thing that I've heard, like the rumor mill, right, out there around social media is that it's nice to be able to engage right after you post. So go like a couple other things or comment on a couple of things. The algorithm, right, tends to like for you to engage a little bit around the time that you post. So you're not like just like posting and running, but you could still go engage after these are scheduled too. Um, yeah, so Scott was like, how do you take it from creation to posting? So if this was me and how I do it, let's see if I can share with you guys through my phone. Let's see if I can do that. Share screen. I don't know. It might let me. Canva actually has a really great app as well. So a lot of things are obviously better in the desktop, but they have a pretty good app too. So let me see if you can see my phone here
It
in a
says
minute.
it's screen sharing, but it's not doing anything.
It's thinking really hard about it.
It's gonna be really good.
It's gonna be really good as soon as it comes up. Oh,
There
we
it
can see
is.
it. Yes. Okay. All right. So from my Canva app, and this is what I typically do when I'm posting. Let's take this Valentine's Day post, and I'm gonna just download it to my phone. All the 8 pages. Sure. Look, I'm saving money for you're saving $6 thanks to Canva Pro. Awesome. Thanks for the reminder. Okay, downloading. It says that it's downloaded. Great. Now I would upload. I would go to my Instagram profile. I would say plus. I would say post. It's going to default to post, right? But it only is going to want to give you one thing, one square. So I have to push. I gotta push this button right that has the multiple squares, and I'm gonna start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Could do up to 10. I'm gonna say next. We could change up the filter if we wanted to. We don't need to. We could add some music. I mean, that sounds lovely, actually. Um, you know, sure. Okay. Now I would probably already have something pasted. I would have something already written, and then I would just paste it in here. So instead, like, and then I'd use some hashtags maybe. Those are some of my staple hashtags. So we'll pretend like we wrote some things, and then we got a little music on there. That's nice to listen to. See, it wants to default and share to my Facebook page. I don't want to because it's going to look funky in that. So I'm going to turn that off. And now I could go schedule this guy because they're not actually going to post it, right? So I could go, we'll pretend that's going to go live tomorrow. Somebody please remind me to turn it off. Automatically shared. Okay. And schedule. And we're scheduled. Look at that. It's going to take a minute, right, to load and schedule, but that is, I think it's scheduled. Your post is scheduled. There we go. We're done.
All right, you might as well
We
go
did
in
it.
now and unschedule it. This is your reminder.
Thank you.
Also,
I don't know if I
while you're doing
scheduled
that,
content.
Mary asked in the chat box, can you create a logo on Canva?
You can. Oh, you want to right now? Okay.
Oh gosh, you know what? I didn't even consider that part. Mary, which one do you mean? Can you in general, or can we right now on this call? Let us know. Yes, can you in general? Okay, that's how I read it.
Okay.
You certainly can. I think Canva
Can.
has some great like jumping off points too, where they could get you started and you do not have to pretend that you are a graphic designer trying to make something up from scratch. So if there's
Totally.
color scheme that you like or font that you like, just scroll through um, and pick a few that you like and narrow it down from there.
Yeah, I think less is more, just having a couple of like staple types of posts that you do makes life easier. Um, a long time ago, I decided that I didn't want to get lost in social media and I wanted an easy kind of template for myself. So on Monday, I do, you guys pick your own flavor, right? But on Monday, I share something inspirational motivation Monday. On Tuesdays, I do some kind of tip. On Wednesdays, I'm usually sharing something behind the scenes or doing something kind of behind the scenes in my story. On Thursdays, I share like promotion, either like, did you check out my blog posts that went up, or it's something that could lead right people to be more. It's a more direct ask, and then or promotion of myself or product. And then Fridays are for something fun. That's it. That's like the template. And then I don't overthink it. I'm just like, okay, like here's what I'll, shove a couple of these client wins or something in on Monday. Or I'll do some quotes because it is Black History Month or whatever. I don't, you gotta think less. I can think less because I already have like a plan for the day of the week. And
It's like
sometimes I
meal
don't,
planning so that we don't have to think about it again. Yeah.
totally. Yes, wherever we can save our brains sometimes. Scott says, can you pull up the logo creation template to show? Yes, sure thing. Sure thing. Okay. Let's see. Is it over here? Logo. Logo. Now we could go just be inspired by somebody's logo, or we could create a blank logo. Shall we be inspired by somebody's? This is lovely. Your name, image. Uh,
And you can add more keywords like if you wanted to narrow it down and not look broad, broad brush strokes, you could add like, finance logo or coaching logo, something like that, and just see what comes up.
mm,
Lots of dollar
these are
signs
fun.
here, lots of graphs,
Yeah,
lots of graphs.
yeah. Who
The
needs a
hand
logo?
clenching money.
Yeah. Cash loan. Um, Row, right? Add your name, change it up. Let's say that we like this one. Customize. We'll say that we don't like the color, right? We don't. We could change up the font. All right, maybe you like green. Yes, green feels appropriate. Also green. Oh, green. Maybe we want to have a different color green down here. Oh, add green. Then we can add, right, your coaching with Scott Miller. Right? Who needed a logo? We're making things up over here. Change it up.
You know what, Sarah, that matches his office wall. So beautiful.
There we go. Let's see. We can make it bold. We can change up our font, right? You guys, like, we'll just, you can get lost here. Now it's too big. Make it a little smaller. That's too small. Right. Change it up. There we go. Or we can just do scottmiller.com. I don't know, right? We could do it just like that, right? Nice and easy. I have no idea if this is Scott's website or not, but we're making things up. We did it. We created a logo.
And so how long does that take us? 2 minutes?
You know, like 2 minutes? Yeah. Now we could overthink it for a really long time. I would want you to think about your logo like more than 2 minutes.
Probably.
Just because you're going to use it, right? Longer than that. But once you kind of decide, like, you know, maybe your top 3 things, like, just give yourself a deadline and call it. Call it. Let's see. Pick a font, use it across our materials. I'm a big fan of picking a font and using it across materials just for consistency. I don't know that anybody else notices other than me, but it's already built into the system, so I don't have to like work hard to be consistent with the font.
Let's see. Clovis sent a message. I don't know if you meant to send it to just me, but I'm going to poll the crowd. Clovis, he says, do most coaches keep their social media separate between personal and business? Coaches, what do y'all do? Sarah, what do you do?
I keep it separate. I have I don't have a personal Instagram page. The first time I was really got involved with Instagram was when I had my business, so I started that there, and then I have a Facebook page for my business. But it just is for the people that don't are not on Instagram that are on Facebook instead. It just gets the same content. I'm not doing different content. And then I do have a personal Facebook, pretty much just to share pictures of my kids and be reminded of how cute they were when the memories pop up.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Clovis, lots of
All right.
answers for you too in the chat.
I don't think there's a right or wrong way personally. There's just different ways to do it. All right, we've created Scott Miller a logo. I've warned you guys about not getting lost in here. The biggest piece, like poke around, ask some questions. Don't spend too much time, right? Because it's not the most important. It is not the work that you do. You're not getting paid to create logos. You're not getting paid to create social media posts. I've been coaching for 4 years, and I have probably had maybe like at most 10 clients that have become clients through social media over 4 years. So when you go into it, I want you to go in not thinking that this is going to be your answer to creating clients. It's not, in my opinion. It is the way that you nurture people. It is the way that you nurture your current clients. It is the way that you inspire others. It's the way that you get people thinking. It is not always like a direct line to client conversion. Okay, Erica says, once you're familiar, how long should it take us to create a social media post or Facebook image or image for our newsletter or blog? I would say no time at all. Once a week, I already told you to kind of make a little social plan of what I'm going to do. And then for about 1 hour per week, I will go in and type up the captions, right, for my posts that are going to go out the following week. And create images if I need to for them. A lot of my social posts these days are reels, and I will batch all video content like in one like 2 hour stint, one per month. So an hour like tops, maybe 90 minutes. Yeah, depending on kind of what type you're going to do. Scott says, have you created a booklet in Canva? I don't think I've created a booklet in Canva. I've created like PDFs. Like I have this nice one for coaches. Oh, full of my 11, I just have 11 words of wisdom here. So, but it's total template. I took a template and then put my own, words in there. So it's not really a booklet, but it's I mean, if you stapled it, it would be a booklet.
Theoretically, yeah, take it to Kinko's, find it,
It could
got
be a
yourself a nice
booklet.
little booklet.
I have created a workbook, but that I created I created PDF documents that went into a workbook that got printed. So I didn't do that in Canva. Let's see. Do you use social media blogging, nurturing emails, or does social media nurturing replace your nurturing emails? Let's see. I blog once a month. I send weekly emails. I post on social media 4 times a week, typically. And all of it is nurturing, I think. I'd like to think it's nurturing. Let's see. My challenge with the logos, I need something to match an existing business name. I think you can change up the text of that, Mark. Like just go change up some text, right? To be the text of the name of the business name that you need it to be. Hopefully that answers Mark's question. You guys don't have anything else necessarily for you. Hopefully it's helpful. Let's poke around in Canva a little bit. And hopefully I kept your expectations low. That we're just gonna poke around, we're gonna learn a couple things. But it's not the key to your business. It's not the primary tool. It's just what's a tool that you use sometimes and not very often, it's not as important. Sporks. Yeah, not necessary. You could do it with a spoon. You could do it with a fork. You don't actually need a spork.
Wow, we went full circle, you guys. That was amazing. So
Good.
fun.
All right. Don't tell my husband. Coming in the mail soon.
Oh gosh, I want to hear what he says about his real life sporks. You guys, thank
Me
you so
too.
much for being here. I'll post this recording as soon as I have it back from our team who posts it, uploads it to YouTube and does all that magic for us. So you'll see it here as soon as possible. Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your week. Take care.
Bye.